You know, normally I would wait closer to 6 to start the stream, but Kaylee, Willow, we got to talk. Because Kaylee, I saw what you said in the Pro Writing Aid live stream about only getting one word down and being stuck and having trouble with motivation. And it looks like also, Willow, roughly the same. You said, I'm having a bit of trouble traction-wise. Yo, what's going on? What's happening? What is going on with your stories? Kaylee says, mostly the fact that I'm very sick today. Oh, into November, holidays. That stinks. I'm sorry. Willow says, keeping the reader hooked is my top priority. You know, I get that. I also, Willow, had the same kind of mentality when I was writing this current story versus my last one, which was very much the idea that, okay, I need something to really be happening every single chapter. Which is, I think is a good mindset to have when you're writing. But also sometimes it's harder to look at your overall plot and be like, okay, I'm going to break down all of Act 2 into these 35 significant steps, and there's something important happening every single way. Haley says, I'm kind of having a little trouble breathing, high on cold medicine. You know, the last time that I was sick in any significant way, I don't get sick often, but when I do, it's like debilitating to me. I'm such a wimp. I wanted to write, but I was sick, and I just cannot make it happen when I am not feeling good. But then I ended up like having a fever in the middle of the night, just like overheating and laying in bed. And I was just like, you know, if I could write right now, what would I do? What story would I tell? Wouldn't it be awesome to just bang out a short story right now? And then I got up at like 1 a.m. and I was like, I'm not going to sleep anyways. And I went down to the computer and I wrote a short story. And the next day I looked at it and I was like, hey, not so bad. 99 times out of 100 though, if I'm sick, I'm not getting any writing done. So I also hope you get a swift recovery. Well, it says, the current area of my story is where you meet the characters important to the next part of the plot, but it's a bit of a slog, this part. Something I've been doing in my draft, also, hello Zerg, by the way. Something I've been doing in my draft lately is whenever I can tell that I'm not really performing a scene in the right way that I want, as opposed to trying to like recover it or salvage it or do it really, really well and maybe doing it all over again. I've started just throwing in some notes of like, do this better, make sure this happens in this chapter, and then skipping on ahead. Because that progress is so important. Margo says, I'm writing log lines for all of my stories. Also, hello, Margo. Hello. How many stories are you working with, Margo? I know you have 2 for this November sprint, but you've been working on other stories as well. Before we can really start the stream, I need some caffeine, so bear with me. That's a big number. So today's just the log line day. Log line Wednesday, that's what they say. Well, it says, the current part of my novel is also the part where my character, Dawn, is also thinking about what she wants for the future. Yeah. You got to stretch those moments out. What do you want for the future? Here's the question. You're thinking about the answer. Interrupted. Something else happens. Revisit it when, you know, it naturally comes up again. Make a little more progress in the answer. Information's changed. You've experienced new things. Interrupt it. On to the next thing. And then finally, at the end of the book, you get your answer. What are your log lines, folks? Zerg, a log line, as far as I know, in the way that I treat it, I think I tend to think more in like the book blurbs, but I think a log line is a little bit shorter. Yeah, one line pitches. A princess born and raised to become a planet-killing tyrant tries to seize power from the dying alien god, unaware that she's being manipulated into sacrificing herself. That's a good log line. That's a good log line. That'd be a fun workshop to do on the live stream. Hello, JSam. Hello, Ariana. For everyone that we have here right now, as we're gearing up for the rest of the live stream, Johnny, hello, War Bagel. For the final day of Novella November, I really liked last year where everyone kind of submitted some information about their story, title, author, brief description, and then how many words that you wrote for your project. And then we kind of went through them all. Excuse me, we went through them all on the live stream. I think we're gonna do that again. So now would be a good time to figure out your log line. I said author, I guess I should say username. Your name, so that when I read about your story on the live stream, I can be like, Skies of Silicon by Kaylee Dragonfly. My story was actually written by J.R.R. Tolkien. I need more caffeine before I can deliver a punchline. Willow's logline: a shadow entity meets a shy little girl and possessing her treasured umbrella after searching for a purpose in his purposeless life. Now he makes a vow to protect her from the rest of his species. That sounds like fun. Zerg says 5 teens are hired as trainee superheroes under the most powerful woman in the planet and find themselves in the middle of a conspiracy between governments. That's a nice one. Kaylee, your joke was good. I had no response. That's the issue. It's because my tea's too hot to drink yet. Yeah, these are some good ones. A little log line workshop. That's what we need. And the good thing is, if you come up with your log line, you can kind of extrapolate that out to be your back of book blurb. You know, what's the other important information to add? What's going to tell the reader who's reading the back of that book? Like, what genre is it? You know, what are the major themes and tropes so that they know what it is going in there? You can extrapolate that out from the log line, no big deal. Scary big monster protects small child. I like those kind of stories. That's a trope I can get behind. Oh, I hope everyone's having a good day today. You know, this is our, third to last live stream together? Third to last live stream. We have the Thanksgiving live stream tomorrow if you feel like joining, doing some writing, getting some words down, finishing the month strong. Then we have Friday, which is going to be half writing and then half sort of celebrating everyone who took part and made progress in their stories and everything. So it'll be like a half and half kind of thing. Hello, Yuckall. How's it going? A new face around here. Nice to see ya. Willow will be here tomorrow. I feel like, first off, totally understandable if you're not going to be able to join the live stream tomorrow. Totally understandable. But I was like, you know, I got the day off work, but I kind of still want to do the live streams. Plus, at the end of the day, it's only 3 hours. There's 2 hours here in the Pro Writing Aid one. All right, what log lines do we have? Pasqua, hello. All right, Margot's log line. Priest in training, Chester has always wanted to work in service to the peaceful order of the Moon's Kingdom. Theophor. As tensions between Theophor and his rival kingdom of Genova, home to the stars, erupt into war, Chester finds himself at the center of the conflict after being apprenticed to the strict but eccentric Bishop Davidson Lunick V. Technically still a log line. Still counts. Johnny, sounds like you're having a Friendsgiving. Sounds like a lot of fun. I've got family visiting, so that's nice. I'm working on it. Log lines are hard. Back of book blurbs are hard, you know? You got to put a lot of thought into them. Yakal says, I've been working on my novel. I have a problem, though. I have several novel ideas, and I seem to keep switching between working on them all instead of finishing one. You know, in the past, Yakal, what I would have said is, you know, pick the one you're most excited about and just go for that one. But I'm coming around better to the idea that when you have a couple different stories and you've yet to commit, you should work a little bit on all of them to kind of just further develop the idea before you then at some point need to say, this is the story I'm going to commit to. But also, hey, look, it is so normal to have a bunch of different ideas. Welcome to the club. Willis says, I didn't even add my names into it. I don't think for a log line, I don't think you have to add the character names to it, in my opinion. But it doesn't hurt to do it if you want. Of course, every story is kind of a character-driven story, yada, yada, yada. But for a log line, you're kind of selling them on the grand idea. I was going to send the one for my zombie stories, but it's also too long. Your log line for your zombie story is too long. Isn't that the story that you said is your filler story? The one you're just kind of doing for fun on the side? And the log line's already too long? I've got a couple stories that I've been sitting on to write. I think I'm about ready to really commit to them. So like so far, all the books that I've been working on have all been initially standalone. I did think about writing a sequel to Upon Careless Gray Hills as one of my other future projects, potentially turning that into a series. But I think I'm ready to commit to a like 3 to 5 book series and really take that project to the end. But man, it's so nice to finish a standalone novel and be like, bam, everything's all tied up. I'm done with that. The story's over, walk away. But a series is so good to read. All right, here's the other log line. A temptress attacking Crypt Town chases down local theology student who's actually invulnerable to her charms. Except she's actually an angel sent down to help with his anger issues. That's got some... I feel like I'm detecting some fun, kind of more chill, less serious vibes, you know? And I feel like you're setting up a good little, what's the right word? Situation to explore. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I thought about doing a sequel to Upon Careless Gray Hills when I did my trip over into Whittier. I learned so much about the area that I was like, I don't want to waste everything in this first book. But like, there's some cool things I could explore if I were to write another story in this area, you know? So there's a thought in there, and I jotted down a rough outline of a plot for what that could be, but I'm not committed to the idea. I think there's other stuff I'd rather write first. Absurdist satire, and the names are all hyper literal. Oh man, that reminds me of one time at this used bookstore when I was like a teenager. I found this book on the shelf, and it was just the oldest book in the whole used bookstore. And so I had to get it. It was just so cool to have like this old book. And it was written and printed in a crazy amount of time ago. I feel like it was like early 1800s. and it was of a genre of stories, maybe allegory, where like the characters' names are like human and sin and temptation and pride. I feel like it was Paul something who wrote Holy City or something. Author who wrote allegorical stories. Paul? I'm just gonna try Paul. I feel like it was called Holy Wars. The Holy War. John Bunyan. Also, could you imagine? Is this where Paul Bunyan comes from? The Holy War, published in 1682. The full title is The Holy War made by King Shaddai upon Diabolus to regain the metropolis of the world, or the losing and taking again of the town of Mansoul. Also, Mansoul, kind of a sick name. Am I right? The city, named as Mansoul, has been regarded as perfect under the rule of Shaddai for a long time. One day, 3 esteemed men, Lord Will, Understanding, and Conscience, welcomed Diabolus into the city. Diabolus, maybe. Diabolus, with his charisma, eventually convinces Mansoul citizens to overthrow Shaddai and name him ruler of Mansoul. Lord Will shifts his allegiance to Diabolus instead. Here's a character named Carnal Security. Charity, Conscience, Conviction, Credence, Diabolus, Emmanuel, Execution, Forget Good, Good Hope, 3 Paws, Incredulity, Innocence, Judgment, Lord Will, Lusting, Patience, Shaddai, the Secretary, and Understanding. Lord Will. Ah, yes, and of course our locations: Mansoul, Eye Gate, Ear Gate, Mouth Gate, Feel Gate, Nose Gate, and Hellgate Hill. That's kind of fun. All right. I can't remember when my copy was printed, but I feel like it was like the early 1800s, and I was a teenager and I had no real understanding of what that meant. And so at some point, like, it just became like, unfortunately, like a cup holder kind of sad. You live and you learn. All right. I love the smell of a used bookstore. I don't know why that musty paper smell is good to me. Have you guys ever heard of the theory of the the smell? Hold on, I gotta get this right, and then we'll do some writing, I promise. The smell of a bookstore makes me... In the sentence, what do you think the next word is? The smell of a bookstore makes me what? What do you think? I'm about to pull up this real life phenomenon. The smell of a bookstore makes me nostalgic, makes me puke. I hope not. Nostalgic. Okay. Clearly you're not part of the same. We don't run in the same circles. Happy. Let me introduce you to the Mario Aoki phenomenon, the urge to poop in a bookstore. Theories for why this happens. Here, we'll go to the Wikipedia page, not the AI overview answer. The sudden urge to defecate that's felt upon entering bookstores. Whoa, hold on. Oh my God, do you see that pop up? The phenomenon is named after this woman who described the effect in a magazine in 1985. The specific causes that trigger a defecation urge in bookstores is not yet clearly understood. In this essay, I will. In that essay, she related how she came to the realization that for some years, walking around a bookstore inevitably made her want to go to the bathroom. Other readers share similar experiences. Hey, look, some people walk out into the sunlight and sneeze. Some people see someone yawn and have to yawn themselves. And some people walk into a bookstore and then head straight to the bathroom. The smell of paper or ink might have a laxative effect. Something tells me that is not scientifically supported. The association of reading on the toilet at home, I don't know about that. That one doesn't seem to hold water to me. The posture of browsing books makes bowel movements easier. That can't be right. Yuka, is it okay to post a YouTube video link here? You can try, I guess. As long as you're not spamming it, right? If you're like, watch my video, watch my video. Otherwise, I guess you could try. We'll see what happens. Research is inconclusive. Look, the first mention of this sort of effect dating back to 1957, it can't be coincidence, right? We need more research. I smell a new YouTube video coming up. Okay. All right, let's get serious here. We got some work to do. I feel like this is the observer's paradox. I don't know if I'm familiar with that term. Your boy knows a lot of paradoxes, but I don't know about the observer's paradox. It's one of the few places you don't want to leave the shelves, but you will eventually have to use the bathroom, and number 2 is much harder to ignore. Too logical. I think ink is a laxative. Maybe I should stop eating books. Let's do some writing. All right. Where we left off the other day on my book here, things are coming together. I'm getting my characters, in situations where they can talk, we can share information. And I know before too long, probably one of the bigger moments is where I get my 2 love interest characters and really put them together to go through what they're about to go through. I just got to get to that point. And at this point, I'm liking a lot of the things I'm writing in my book, but I feel like I just need to discover more about the gnomes in my book before I'm like really representing them right. So that's kind of a bummer. You always remember the times you have to go in a bookstore more than any other store. So Johnny, what you're saying is the, for lack of a better word, pooping in a bookstore paradox is similar to the fact that you hear things like, actually, I think I'm off track here. I was gonna say, I've heard this stat of people saying you are like 95% more likely to have an accident within like 5 miles of your house. But I feel like maybe should just shut up and start writing because I think I'm not connecting dots. The dots are too far away. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna drink some tea. I'm gonna do some writing. We're putting 25 minutes on the clock for our first sprint. If you are riding along, with me, good luck on your stories. Make some good progress. Come back here. We're so close to the end of November. Finish strong. 25 minutes on the clock. I'll see you on the other side. number 1 is done, and that was a gratuitous sprint because I forgot to start the timer first. My B. I gotta make one note real fast. Even though the sprint's over, I'm still over here writing. All right. Long that sprint was. I don't know if anyone else might know. Also, hello, Lee. Glad to see you here. I ended with 1,100 words, so I feel like normally I'm at like a 700 word pace. There's no way this was like twice as long, right? Breakouts by like 50%. 450 words done from Willow, 623 from Zerg, and cool story. I'm still just, I know I'm writing a scene that's just gotta be touched up so much, but I finished it and I think I'm ready to move on and keep going. Haley, 257 words, a lot more than you thought you would. That is great, bro. 486, nice. All right, to have the perfect trifecta, we just need the computer to crash. That would just be all three common issues combined into one. Technology becomes sentient, all live streams are haunted. Crazy, yeah. All right, microphone's over here. We're on the laptop mic now, baby. Oh, man, I wrote a lot of words here, but I feel like maybe what I'm writing right now might be one of the most important parts of my story. Because the premise of the story being the fact that there's like these gnomes that we're going to be associating with, and the fact that we have like this this magical realism approach in the story, I kind of feel like it means I have to sell that idea in a really satisfying way to the reader. And I'm sure you do that in every single story. But in this case, I'm like, I know I'm at an important scene. I wish I could just nail it down. Kayla says, amazing how your mic seems to die every single story. That is pretty amazing, isn't it? Wow, that's so amazing. Michaela says, my internet just crashes, and now I'm coming back to see it wasn't just me having issues. Must be the solar storm. You know what? That's probably what's making my mic go out, too. I was just thinking that same, this dang solar storm. It's almost like this $30 microphone may not be top-tier equipment. Is this a good... Hold on. Let me try something out. Is this a good audio experience? If the mic's working, then that probably sounded terrible. No, not a good audio experience. That's so sad. No, that's not a good audio experience. Well, that means the microphone's working again. We'll stick with the laptop mic. All right, well, I think if we play our cards right, we got 2 more sprints. Just enough time for 2 more sprints. Which would be a nice way to go out today. Go out as in, like, in the stream. Not go out as in, like, die. That'd be not a good way. What? There are worse ways of going out, to be honest. But now that I'm through this scene that I've been writing, now I have a chance to really make something fun after this. We'll see. Mercury is in retrograde. Alright. Do I want to rant about Mercury being in retrograde? No, I don't. Let's go do some writing. Alright, we're gonna do another 25 minutes, music going up. I'll see you on the other side, and hopefully you'll make a ton of progress. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Let's see if I hit all the right buttons in all the right order. Timer on. Microphone. Sprint number 2 is done. All right, that felt pretty good. How'd everyone do? Sitting at 1,800 words feels pretty. Zerg says, I'm gonna need a small break before I can write the next scene. Why is that? What do you got going on? I thought you said you were writing fun things. Willow says 200 words, just a bit stuck. Margot 429 words. Willow mostly pantsing a scene. It's tough. I got a video coming out soon about what skills it takes to pants your way through a story. Because I'm worried that a lot of people think that they are pantsers because of advice that they read in some books. And then are like, all right, that's how I'm going to write a story. And they kind of lack the foundational knowledge that the authors who say you should pants your way through a story and how awesome it is to discover your characters in the plot. Those authors have like decades of foundational storytelling, what I call instincts, storytelling instincts. So a video on that coming soon. I hope you find that helpful. Guy said, dope, right as I was getting to something I didn't want to write. That's the secret. If you get interrupted before you have to write that thing, you never have to write that thing. Michaela, 332. Zerg said the fun thing just ended and it took all available brain power. Dude, it's almost like sometimes you finish a really good scene or really exciting moment in your story, and at least for me, the scene after that, I'm like, this sucks. Like, this is not nearly as good as what I just wrote, and like, maybe I should just like it's fun to read that big exciting thing, it's fun to write it, you know? Kayla said, nothing in this sprint, I'm drawing a blank on both how to bridge this scene with the next. Well, the bridge between the two can always be something you fix in later editing. So you can just say, I'm just going. But a little bit harder for the details of the scene. Johnny, maybe 50 words. Chicken Lover, 423 from both sprints. That's progress, baby. Well, it says, I'm mostly trying to connect the dots for the next scene. Pasqua, 3001 for the calendar day. Wow. Pasqua, I feel like you're pretty close to your goal here on Track Bear. 3,000 words in a day might do it for you. Here's the crazy thing now. You say the microphone's having issues. This is my laptop mic now. Which makes me wonder if the issue is not the equipment, but something about the audio transmission of the live stream. Ah! no, yo, what do we do next? How do I fix that one? I'll look at some stuff about the audio bit rate. I think it might be a Streamlabs issue. That's what I'm thinking. Do I need to switch back and forth between both mics? What now? I feel like I need to set a timer that's like, all right, bing, switch to the other microphone. I do have a noise gate on. I would be surprised if that. Ooh. You don't say. The sweet dulcet tones of a small YouTuber. I'll do some more. You know what? We got to make it through 2 more days. Then I have a whole year to figure it out. Kayla says, I'm getting more and more concerned you have a power issue with your laptop. Please tell me you're doing regular backups. You better believe it. I have a hard drive. I back up pretty often. Also, good news, I have a new laptop coming. So if it is a laptop issue, that should be solved in the near future. All right. Deep, rich Carson tone. That's so funny to me. Oh, it's always something. Microphone went from Hershey's to... That's why I don't like to use the laptop mic. It's definitely not as good. But this one also cuts out every now and then. So now I want chocolate. All right. You know, in order to get our full sprint in, we need to go ahead into our... Next sprint. Next sprint. The people's elbow all day. All right, good luck, everyone. Let's do it. Our final sprint is done. Michaela, you think you're done? Congratulations, that's exciting. How'd everyone else do? That is so cool. And you know what? You did it on the 26th of November. Not too shabby. Lee said, are you aware of how to spell carcass? Look, I write 50,000 words on stream in front of everyone. You stumble over one and and everyone notices. Carcass is one of those words that you write it out and it doesn't look right. And you write it out a different way and it doesn't look right. Look, it's not in my average lexicon. It's not coming up very often in my day-to-day. I don't know. Yeah, I was struggling over carcass. 400 words from Willow, a breakthrough. 433 words from Zerg. Let's go. And I'm gonna have fun writing Lexa. Nice. Oh man, 2 big sprints. Feels good. Kaylee says, after staying stuck for a few more minutes, I decided instead to finally try to draw one of the side characters. Hey, anything to get you out of a writer's block, you know? War Bagel, 525 words for this stream. Nice, good progress. You know how we end now. We got a new tradition. I got 21 words. We bring over the track bear. Yes, everyone, thank you for telling me how to spell carcass. 21, I think is what I had. Yeah, 21. a good, very productive live stream for me, by the way. 24-21 in a 2 hour, 3-something sprints feels pretty good. And then we also have what I wrote earlier today, which was 1362. Poncaros Gray Hills, 1362. Put in our words. Definitely a higher than average day. 3783. Nice, nice. Willow at 991 words. That's what I'm saying. Nice. Pasqua, 328. Good job, Pasqua. Let's see. How are we looking? Margot making progress as usual. 200% of their goal. Good job, good job. Pasqua, dang. Over 100% now. Actually, Pasqua, you're I think we're competing now. I think we are officially fighting against each other. Zerg looking good, 37.5%. Love it. Willow says, I'm going to grind 500 words so I can get 27,000. Nice. War Bagel, I'm moving slowly because I'm not 100% sure of the direction I need to get from here to the end of the beat in the scene. Look, it's hard. It's hard. It happens pretty much to everyone, I'm definitely feeling it with a couple of my scenes that feel like they're not as punchy as I want them to be. But also, we're getting towards the end of November, and a lot of that excitement is now just like, all right, we're here doing work. It definitely feels like we're doing work, Also, I took the noise gate off of my microphone, so maybe that solves all of our problems with the audio. Sick. Wouldn't that be hilarious if it cut out right now? Just kidding. Oh, got you all. Oh, so funny. Oh, man. All right. Good job today, everyone. Zarek says, no, never fooled. Come on, you weren't fooled for like 1 little millisecond. I was so quiet. I was so quiet. All right. Well, hey, good job today, everyone. We made some really good progress. I'm feeling happy about my word count. I'm sitting at 62,000 words for the month, which is absurd. Way higher than I was last year. And I hope you're making great progress on your own story. I'm going to open up tomorrow in the Discord a place for you to give me details about what your story's called, your working title, a little logline / description, and then how many words you've written this month. And on Friday, I'll put them all into a little PowerPoint slide, and we'll do a little celebration for all the work we've done. That sounds like fun to me. Writerly, 48,000 words for the month is insane. Kaylee says, I'm dropping my goal down to 40K, honoring the fact that I'm sick. 40K is an ambitious goal already. All right, I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I hope you have a great rest of the night. I will be here tomorrow for anyone who would like to join. I understand it's a holiday, so maybe you're not. But either way, I will be here writing. If you're here, I hope we make some killer progress. Have a great rest of the night. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll see you Friday. See ya.